the Friday of Funnies, where the special effects are dazzling. Hey, today is the 11th of November. That makes today's date 11/7. So if you're a gambler, you might want to look into something like that. The fall colors are everywhere, you know, in my yard, so I've got to be picking them up. But I even wore my fall colors this week because, my friends, it is all over except the shouting. Well, the shouting is over too. It's turned into more political rhetoric. But no matter how you look at the results of this week's election, we are stuck with our new president for 4 years, which is about the amount of time it takes to get a college education. I just hope that the next 4 years are not going to cost us as much as a college education. Well, at least the Friday Funnies are always free, and they have an educational value all their own. So grab a number 2 pencil and prepare to learn. Our first story takes us over to England. You know, women have always been telling men, put the toilet seat down when you're done. I don't know why they tell us this. Apparently, they don't look before they sit down. Well, that's what happened to a guy over in England. He went into a toilet, did not look before he sat down, and quickly discovered that he had become one with the toilet seat. Apparently, a prankster had put super glue all over this stainless steel toilet seat. When the guy sat down, bam, he was there for good. He yelled out for help, you know, which is embarrassing in and of itself. An ambulance came. They couldn't get him off the toilet seat, so they had to remove the entire toilet with him still on it. You know, and picture this in your mind. Put that in an ambulance, take him down to the hospital. Eventually, he became unglued, and the toilet was replaced in its original location. So the story has a happy ending. Although the man's personal ending was not happy at all. Actually, he was very sore and rather chafed.
Ouch!
Here's some tips for those of you kids who are on the lam. Up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a 14-year-old ran away from a reform school, kind of a boot camp for bad teens, and he hid in a dumpster. Well, that dumpster was eventually picked up by the local garbage truck, and it was put into the vehicle's compacting department in the back. And then it went and made more stops and picked up more trash and kept compacting it. And finally, when the dump returned to the process, or when the truck rather returned to the processing center or the dump, they unleashed the load and out popped the fugitive. He was semi-conscious. He didn't smell that good, but he was really, really compact. They have said that his injuries are not life-threatening. The police said, however, they can't keep him in jail because now he's so thin, he slips right through the bars. Thank you. All right, the thing about thieves, let me tell you at this point about thieves. They don't care what they steal. They're just looking to steal something. Such was the case of a couple in Lynchfield, Connecticut. To support their drug habits, they broke into a house, they stole cash, they stole electronics, they stole jewelry, and they stole an urn containing human remains. Well, they were caught not too shortly after they pulled the heist, and they asked them, they said, why did you steal an urn with human remains? And the guy said, dude, there was so many ashes in there, I figured there must be a roach somewhere. Once again, thank you. All right, some people will steal anything. Some thieves are specialists. Take the case down in Dallas of a man and his female accomplice who stole 130 pairs of panties from a local Victoria's Secret store. Now, I have no idea why anybody would need 130 pairs of panties. I'm guessing they were all for his woman accomplice, and she really didn't like to do the laundry. Stealing human remains, that's bad. Stealing 130 pairs of panties, that's some kind of fetish. But here's the worst burglary of the week in St. Paul, Minnesota. 34-year-old man broke into a house and stole 8 piggy banks from the same house. 8 piggy banks. So either this house had a lot of kids living in it or just one child who believed in diversifying his assets. Nonetheless, the guy was caught when he went down to the local bank with his piggy banks and spent a half an hour putting change through the change counting machine. So all of the money was recovered and was returned. The pigs, unfortunately, didn't make it. Hey, that's all I have for you this week. Next week, a little warning, a little heads up, if you will. The Friday Funnies may be coming to you a little bit late because I'm going to be traveling all next week. When I get home, I'll get those Fridays out to you just as quickly as I can. In the meantime, remember, The election is over. You may now return to your regular paranoia. See you next week.